Thought I'd do a quick walk around of the bike. This is a 62 Rupp dart cycle frame. It was kind of a classic frame. So I didn't want to do a lot of modification to the frame itself. So most of the things have either been refabricated to fit the existing mounting points on the bike, or just with minimal modification to the frame. Hadn't really decided yet what I wanted to do about a kickstand or a center stand, so that's not done yet. But let's see. Let's start at the top. The controls were just some cheap ones that I bought, Chinese stuff. Actually, the brake lever was off of a Chinese pocket bike. A lot of stuff off of this is off of a pocket bike. The gas tank is a Boy Scout canteen from around 1962. I just created saddles. You can see the saddle there, so the tank just sits on the frame rails. And I used some old small gauge chain that I had with some threaded hex section and some old belt that I cut up, made clamps out of all that. The rear seat is off a Suzuki Boulevard motorcycle. It's the back seat. It's not in the best shape, but I thought it kind of fit a little bit the theme of the bike. The back exhaust pipe is a 1960 something fire extinguisher. Maybe it's even older than that. It might be from World War II. I left the charging handle on it, but routed it just using some copper pipe, so it would kind of get that rusted patinaed kind of look. Another chain clamp on the back, part of a connecting rod, some handlebar clamps off a small dirt bike. Made a little bracket to adapt all of it together. Rear fender is just a Chinese replacement one. I did a little bit of reforming on it. You can see some irregularity in it, but I wanted it to fit the back tire and kind of match the radius. And then I just kind of left it raw so it would rust in a natural way. The brackets I made, this is one of the few modifications I did to the frame, where I put a riv nut in there to hold the bracket that I made for the rear fender. Same thing on the other side. And the wheels are off of the rear brake are off of off that same Chinese pocket bike. I did another thing for the front of the fender where I put a riv nut into the frame. Didn't affect it too much. The chain guard is a piece I hand formed out of copper sheet, and then I put edging on it just by sweat soldering brass to make it a little bit more rigid. Kind of left all the original discoloring from heat on there, so that's kind of why it's got the purple and all the colors and stuff, and I kind of like that. Let's see, up front, that was a factory fender. You can see I lowered a little bit to hug the wheel a little bit more, and another wheel off of the Chinese pocket bike. The mounting I did for these, come around there. So I made some adapters to fit it to the other forks. I didn't want to go modifying a bunch of stuff, so I adapted as I could and made it all kind of fit together. The engine is a GX120. Oh, that's terrible lighting. GX120 off an old rotary mower, and just kind of adapted and fit things in. I was trying to go for a similar patina look on the tins, and I think I achieved that. Everything else, that's the standard jack shaft that was part of the Rupp dart cycle. I think, for the most part, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up.